Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Jorge and Kurt, that was beautiful this morning. Give them a round of applause, please. It was wonderful. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So, good morning and welcome to all who gathered here today, here, there, and everywhere. This is indeed God's house, a place of prayer for all. I have a few community-related announcements before we begin today. We want to thank Erica for doing a wonderful job of cleaning the church again this week. Yay! We want to thank Marcy and Jamie for providing social today. It's going to be wonderful. I've seen it. Fabulous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I have to put my glasses on for this one. Okay, let's see. This is another way that you can help nourish our community. If you'd like to help, there's a sign-up sheet outside, and we'll get you all set up. We could really use your help with the social. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. Team with somebody else. Get a whole group together to make that meal happen. It'd be a wonderful blessing for all of us. And now, are there any more community announcements? Symbolic of being present here now, please take a moment to turn off your cell phones, set them aside, or set them to silent operations. Now take a beat, take a breath, and hold this moment. You are here now, among friends. Center yourself and hold peace in your heart as you prepare yourself for our worship. And peace to all, even those who do not wish peace to us.
Good morning, y'all. My name is T.
Good morning, T.
This is big smile standing right here. Not going to happen. It's great to see y'all here today. It's been quite the week. I sound a lot better than I did last week. It's nice to be back in the tenor range. We bring illumination into our space this morning with words adapted from former President Theodore Roosevelt. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. But who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly.
This is our time of community prayer. So if you would just join me as we lift up prayer to the people in our community and their friends and families. Loving God, we come boldly before your throne of grace today with all the joys and concerns of our community. We offer prayers this morning of presence for Corey Houston, whose beloved cat Haley died this week. Peaceful in Corey's arms. We offer prayers of continued healing for Jaime as he moves through these painful places in his cancer treatment. We offer prayers of strength and healing and thanksgiving for the lessening of his pain. We offer prayers of presence and support for his wife Lolita and all those who support Jaime in this process. We offer prayers of healing and support for Ann Murdoch, who was recently diagnosed with brain cancer. We offer prayers of strength and healing for Ken as he prepares for shoulder surgery tomorrow and for the weeks of recovery to follow. We offer prayers of healing today for Reverend Emma. We offer prayers of continued strength and hope for Dew and for Jen as she supports Dew in his recovery. Prayers of continued healing for Frank, who fainted this week after returning from the hospital and then has had to be readmitted for additional testing. We offer prayers of wisdom for his doctors. We offer special prayers for McGuire, Ken's nephew, who is in a life situation that needs the hand of God. We offer prayers of strength and discernment for Sarah as she's navigating a challenging passage in her journey toward a more authentic life. We offer prayers of thanksgiving for Jeff Young as his surgery was completed this week, and prayers of healing as he recovers. And loving God, we offer prayers of peace and unity for our nation and our world. As you will and as you know. And now, if there are any names you would wish to offer up in prayer, just speak them aloud where you are right now. And we'll take one more moment, just a time of silence for the prayers in our hearts, the unspoken prayers, the sounds and sighs too deep for words, but that the Spirit hears.
Our first reading, 1 Corinthians 10:13. No test has overtaken you except for what is common to all people. You can be confident that God is faithful and will not let you be tested beyond your means. And with any trial, God will provide you with a way out of it, as well as the strength to bear the trial. Our second reading, Ephesians 6:13. You must put on the armor of God if you are to resist on the evil day, and, having done everything that you can, to hold your ground. And our third reading, Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the reality of all that is hoped for. Faith is the proof of all that is unseen. And now our song of response, I've Got Peace Like a River, number 478.
Good morning again. We have some guests today, and I'm very excited that you're here today. I also want to let you know my name is Ken. I am not Reverend Emma. She is out on a much-needed vacation, and we wish her the very best. And she'll be back next week. As the mention, let's get this out of the way. So the mention earlier is about the surgery, and I have special medication that for the next 24 hours may make my shakes really predominant. So if you see me look like I'm ready to take flight up here, it's all okay, okay? It's just the way life is. Nothing is wrong here. So they're going to work on my shoulder and my hand tomorrow to see if we can keep everything in line. So that's good. So today, to be honest, this is the third sermon I wrote for the week. I would write one, spend hours on it, and then go, nope. And we would do it all again and all again. And yesterday morning, I was driving around, and I just got an idea, and I got these songs coming to my head, and I was like, okay, this makes much more sense. So what's the title of today? Did you read it in the bulletin?
Yep, it's time.
What's it time for? Anyone know?
Time for Ken to preach.
Good answer. Today's topic is actually on It's Time to Stand. Where and how and with who are you going to stand from the minute you leave here today? Who are we going to stand with today? Tell you a little story. I came in this morning, Kurt was playing I Love You, Lord, which is the choir piece that they did today. And I looked at the credits at the bottom, and it was first produced in 1978, and it's been reiterated 3 or 4 times, and I had to admit that I'm old enough to remember when it actually came out in 1978. I was doing a children's puppet ministry in my church, and that was one of our big songs to do, and we did that over and over again, and I thank you for that. Did anybody here ever grow up with something called Vacation Bible School or something along that, usually in the summer? Did you do all that? Normally like 9 to 12, Monday through Friday, and if you're really good, you got cookies and juice somewhere along the way. And it was so weird because it was supposed to simulate church, but it was totally different than the church that I went to. It was its own rules, and they took it very serious. And when it was time for you to stand up, how did they tell you it was time to stand up in Vacation Bible School? Does anybody know? We had these special chords when the piano played a certain tune. That meant to stand up and another one to sit down. And the first day they took time to train us how to stand up and sit down. Still to this day, my friend will call me and just play those chords for me, and I'm like, I'm standing, I'm fine, let's go. Okay. Sorry. A lot of pages are missing. Let's try it one more time. Just a moment. I apologize. The pages are just gone. This is why I put a second copy in the book. Aha. So pray with me, please. Living and loving God, I adore you for to be my constant shelter and the one who welcomes me without judgment. I confess the moments I've acted out of defensiveness or withheld compassion. Thank you for communities that show me glimpses of your love and for the courage to rebuild connection. Make me a safe person, patient, honest, trustworthy, and encouraging. Help me nurture relationships where healing can flourish and where others can feel seen and valued. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So I heard a lot of whispering and shuffling when T read the illumination for today. Right off the bat I heard, Brene Brown, plus Brene Brown, she's on Oprah. Yeah, you're all right. Reverend Oprah brought Brene Brown on a service one day. Did any of you ever follow Brene Brown? Incredible, absolutely incredible. And it took me a while to realize that Oprah didn't write this quote. Nope. Brene didn't write this quote. Who did T say wrote it? Yes. We had a meeting this morning on that, so. Roosevelt. So that quote, the first time I heard it, have you ever had something that when you hear it, you just jump? You're like, I know that is a special quote, what it means to stand up. Other than just the physical act of standing, what does it mean to you to stand for someone else? Or stand for a cause? Are there anything that you stand for? Anything that you, no matter what people tell you, this is how it's going to be for me? Anybody ever have something like that? Yeah, you defend your views. Yeah, exactly. That's how it should be. And so if I were to ask each one of you, I would love to be able to hear what you stand for. Because one of the things I've learned over the years is just because I stand for something doesn't mean you stand for the same thing. And believe it or not, that's okay sometimes. Because there's passions in your own life. Now, do we stand for some of the same things from time to time? Yes. But it's like the whole world should agree with me, right? Ken, agree with me, let's deal with it, and let's move on, okay? But people don't feel that way. So part of me standing up for what I believe is learning to respect your belief. Now, what do you do if when you stand up for something, somebody beside you totally disagrees? What do you do then?
Let them think the way they want to think. I am not in charge of the other person.
Would you please say that again, please?
I have to let people be people and let them think what they need to think, because I am not in charge of them.
Exactly. You will release yourself of so much stress in life if you stop changing other people and stand up for what you believe. There's something that I learned in a recovery program. It's called attraction, not promotion. I'm not here to walk around and tell you all this stuff, but a lot of times people come to you and say, why do you believe X, Y, and Z? And that's your chance to do that. The very first time I went to a pride parade, I nearly lost my mind. I had no idea what that was all about. I was 18, of course, and that 2 to 3 hour period actually shook my belief systems. Because I'm there, of course I'm gay, so everybody must be gay. Everybody gets called gay, and everybody believes the same thing. And that's not quite what happened on the parade route. But from the beginning of the parade until the end of the parade, I changed. And I started going, these are people in my community. And even though I don't think the way they do on everything, they can be in my community at the same time. We all live and learn. While we're all one church family here every Sunday, you can look around here and there's several sub-communities all throughout this, which is one of the things I think make this place so special. Is truly there's room for everybody. And when you look at all the empty seats over here, I would love if we reached out to more everybody's and invited them to come in just to know that there's a safe place here. But standing. Standing requires more than just willpower. Facing triggers, temptations, and life challenges can feel overwhelming, and many people find themselves falling back into old patterns when trials come. Hebrew 11, which we read today, says, let me read it again. Faith is the reality of all that is hoped for. Faith is the proof of all that is unseen. Could we say that together? It's right there in your bulletin, top of the second page. Faith is the reality of all that is hoped for. Faith is the proof that it was seen. Is faith required if you can see it? I have faith that this is a bottle of hand sanitizer. Do I have faith that that's what's inside the bottle? No, I have trust. That's a difference. And this faith that we're talking about, faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. This powerful definition opens a chapter filled with remarkable stories of triumph through trust in God. A few names you'll mention. Noah built an ark on dry land because he believed God's warning about a flood. They say the ark was not built in a lake. He was like, okay, here we go, dry sand, let's build an ark. Let's do it. Abraham left everything familiar to follow God's call to an unknown destination. Moses' parents defied Pharaoh's deadly decree, hiding their baby and trusting God to protect him. Faith isn't just positive thinking. It's deep confidence that anchors us when life gets stormy. Can you imagine having a baby and you put him in that basket into the river and just sail down? There's no Apple tracker on the baby, okay? You don't know where it's going, what's going to happen, who's got it at the end. And over the years, you hear different stories. Can you imagine, like today, if we drove past a daycare, there's kids out playing out there. What will you sit there and wonder and go, was one of those mine? Or technically, is one of those mine? That's where faith came in. Why did you do it? Did you do it for the baby? Did you do what God told you to do? Faith alone isn't the whole story. God also calls us to be prepared. Paul writes, therefore put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground, and having done everything to stand. Ephesians 6:13. That's where the whole service came from, is that passage right there. If you notice, Paul did not say if trials come. What did he say? Anybody know? When. Slightly different story, right? Doesn't say if. No, they're coming. But just as a soldier wouldn't wait to wouldn't wait for battle to put on armor, we shouldn't wait until temptation strikes to prepare our defenses. Preparation can be understanding your triggers and patterns, anticipating challenges before they arise, strengthening your spiritual formation through prayer, scripture, and community, building walls of discipline, consistent habits to guard your life, and learning to lean on a support system, those around you. There is faith all over this room. One of the things that I see people miss the mark on just a little bit is I'm going through something in my life. I don't look anywhere around me, and I, of course, know that no one knows anything about what I'm going through, so I'm just going to live in my little bubble. But what if the person beside you, you didn't even know it, but has been through the same thing that you're going through? Have you ever run into somebody you didn't even know them, you realize you've lived almost similar lives? Medical conditions that you have, family situations that you have. Being in this room where you are any of the alphabet, LGBTQIA, anything, plus allies. What about the people all around you? What do they know? Where are they coming from? What do they see? You can get so much trust from the people that are around you if you share with us what you've gone through. I'm not one of those that think you need to tell your whole life story to everybody, but I do think you need to let people know what's going on with you. There's nothing wrong with it, and there's a lot of love in this room. And there's a lot of amazing people who I talk with each week, and they are here for you whether you know it or not. When we go through trials, we have to remember that even when trials feel unbearable, God's word assured us that no temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. They continue, and God is faithful. God will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, God will also provide a way out so you can endure it. Anybody feel they just can't make it some days? Like this is just too much. I've been there, done that. And I know so many of you have just stories that I've heard over the years. And just to be honest, as I sit here, I'm seeing people who are no longer with us all over this room. And I can remember what they went through on this day, what they went through on this day. And I'm going to talk about him because it would make him happy. He loves to be the center of attention. But some of you knew a gentleman by the name of Kyle. Yep, you know him. Kyle was charming beyond belief. If he had a thought, you knew he had a thought. It was coming out. And he would sit right over there, and he'd wait about right in the middle of the prayer time. You know, we're calling out all the names, pray for this person, pray for that person. He opened his 7-Up right there in the middle of service, right in the same spot during the prayers every week. And you just knew it was coming. It was almost like we were watching pull the Diet Coke out. It would move up, it would get closer and closer, and finally, complete quiet. And he did it. The reason I brought Kyle up is not only does he make me laugh and bring me joy, he would sit in here and almost be like just the bubble of sunshine. He was just very outgoing, and he loved having a moment. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It was just you knew what was happening, and if you went to lunch with Kyle, the show was on. You didn't need to do anything else. He took care of all that. But he was going through things in his own life that became at times almost too much to bear. And they would build up and build up and build up until he almost just like fell apart. And sometimes I look at friends like that and I just want to look at them and go, why haven't you told me any of this? Why did it take years for you to tell me what you're going through? It's because we're not afraid to stand. We're not afraid to stand for someone else. And we have to be very careful to be willing to stand up for ourselves. Sometimes you just have to say, this is Ken, this is who I am, how can I be of service? And other times I need to stand up for my friend. This is my friend Kyle. He's going through something. What can we do to help him right now? That's also standing up. Standing up doesn't have to be a political statement. That's one topic I don't go into is politics. But think about all the causes that are out there and think about what people are saying about all these groups. Think about the people in this very room, how we're all connected to what's being said about us just feet outside the door. Do you know anybody who's being judged right now? Anybody feel uncomfortable? Anybody feel scared some days just leaving your own house? So if, I'm going to pick on her, but say Starlene is just going through something and she's scared to go outside, she doesn't know what happened. My job is, of course, tell her that she is loved. We're here to help. I will stand up, I will get in the car, I go buy groceries, I go do this, that, or the other, what needs to be done. That's a form of standing up as well. If, we're going from Easter, which Christians just, that's stand-up time, that's stand-up season, hello. And we're going into Pride, which is going to be stand up for our community. It doesn't matter where you fit in that alphabet, anyway, Pride is a time for you. And I say that because just your presence can be standing up. Does that make sense? The fact that you show up at some of these places, where you show up, what you say can matter to those around you more than you'll ever know. Have you ever watched somebody that gives a speech and you're like, what? What was that? I don't believe anything you just told me. Sometimes if you let people talk, you'll learn more than you ever needed to know. You have the option to choose for your own life to stand up for yourself. Who else can you stand up for? And what can you do to make a difference in the world around you? And it's not just a right. I kind of view it as an obligation. I can't let you fall when I have the ability to help you stand. A few things to know is that you are not alone in your struggles. Guarantee you. God knows your limits better than you do, and God always provides a way out. Every now and then I talk about my journal that I have of things that I've been through. I write them down like I dated such and such, loser, And I go back and look at those 5, 10, 15 years later, and I look at how upset I was about that one situation. And now I'm not really sure I remember his last name. But that's part of what faith is. God's going to walk you through it. You'll never know how you're going to get out of something. Trust me, it's not your job to know. Your job is to do what first? Stand up. But don't make me start playing that Bible school music every Sunday just to get you to stand, because I will. So the last thing today is, through our faith, through our community, and through our life, we have the ability to stand and make a difference. Who are you going to stand for today? That's it. And now we have time for you to provide any feedback and share with you what's going on with you.
So a couple of years ago, I went through something, and nothing to do with being queer, but I lost a lot of friends that I'd had for a long time, and I had to kind of start looking for a new community. And I have a lot of close friends, but they're spread all over the country, and so they can't, come when I need them, even though I know that they would if they lived nearby. So about a week ago, my parents were in Seattle, and I was in excruciating pain, and I had to call 911 because I needed to go to the hospital, but I was doubled over and I couldn't drive. So I'm at the hospital. My cats need to be fed. One of them needs insulin. My parents are on the other side of the country. My sister's on the other side of the country. And I called Margot. And I said, Margot, I'm in the ER. Can you come get my keys and break into my house and feed my cats? please, I'm desperate. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. And it turns out it was just a kidney stone, which is the best
Just
case
a kidney
scenario.
stone.
Well, at the time, I thought that I had an organ that was going to explode and I was going to be having emergency surgery. So a kidney stone was a great outcome, as it turns out. And Margot showed up. I had a very painful procedure, and I said, "Can somebody go get Margot? I just need to hold her hand while this happens." And Margot came back in the room, and she held my hand, and then she took my keys, and she said, "I'll come right back." I said, "Oh, don't worry about it. You don't have to come back." And then she reminded me, because she's smarter than I am, that she had my keys, and she did have to come back. She took me to pick up my prescriptions. She took me back to my house. She's checked on me like every single day, and I I love this community. I love every single one of you. I know if I called any of you, you would have done the same thing for me, and I hope you know you can all call me because I just love you.
I came into this community with no idea what I was walking into after being away from faith for 2-3 years. And I met people here who amazed me at the fact of, oh, we all are from different backgrounds. None of us have had the same experiences until we talk to each other about it. And it even amazes me that some people who come here, sit in these chairs, come weekly, don't have any faith if you ask them, but they come here for the community. And I know, as Pat said, I can call anyone here and say, hey, I'm sick, I need something. And it was even testament back when I got laid off, the amount of people who was like, oh, I'll come bring you food. And of course, me never wanting to accept help was, no, please don't. But I know that if any of you called, texted, needed help, I would drop what I can, be there if possible. But it just shows a testament to the community that we've built here. Small but mighty is truly the way to describe it. It doesn't matter what faith background we came from, what we're going through, we'll be there for each other. If not physically, mentally, or spiritually, we'll be there.
Frank has a phrase that he loves to use, which is, we're the little church that could.
Yes, I just want to say that you just describe the core of this community on your sermon. And you just pull out all the good sense and feelings of all this community. And I congratulate you for that. It was very good. Thank you.
When I listened to what you said, one of the things that was most important to me was your story about Kyle, as an illustration of the fact that it's much easier sometimes for us to stand up for other people than it is to stand up for ourselves. And that's one of the reasons why you need community. Because when you're by yourself, you won't stand up for yourself.
Right.
It took me 45 or more years to learn that. But having other people around, I can stand up for you and you can stand up for me. And that's the very definition of community. That's what humans do. We make that. So I found it very touching. Thank you.
Kyle passed away. But he had a life that caused him to be remembered. Mr. Cornelius? We have one more? Okay.
I have a lot of thoughts that your sermon stirred up. I grew up the third eldest out of 6 kids. And before my baby brother was born, I was always the middle child. I grew up with that designation. And you know how middle children are. We're kind of whack, kind of opinionated, uh, very faithful. And I always stood up for other people, but I never stood up for myself. And I always thought, who would stand up for me? Well, we're coming up to the 2nd anniversary of my stroke. And this church stood up. I mean, let's talk about Margot. You know, I won't tell the truth about her, but let's talk about Margot. The first night I was in rehab, coming from the stroke, I got there too late for dinner. All I wanted was ice cream. And the nurse said I couldn't have ice cream. Margot got me ice cream. She also brought 3 therapy dogs into my room. She made me feel loved. You know, I mean, I've lived with the same man for 26 years, and I love him too. But sometimes I feel like I'm standing up for myself and him. And sometimes it's nice just to stand up for yourself. Thank you.
Thank you all. You've changed my life today.
Good morning, I'm Cornelius. As we journey forward, we come bearing gifts, our time, talent, and treasures, our very presence in this place this morning. We bring the blessing of who we are and who we are becoming as individuals and as a community of faith. Together we provide food for the hungry, welcome for the guests, care for those in need, a meeting place for those who need a safe space to gather, and a place for us to worship and reflect on life's beauty, life's blessings, and life's challenges. And it is in that same spirit that we now share in our harvest of hope, joy, and abundance, and all of the many blessings around us. The tithes and offerings we receive, as well as the time and talents joyfully offered and provided by our many volunteers, all come together and feed and support our vital and ongoing ministries, and to help to build this community as we give back to God a portion of what God has blessed us with. And now we sing.
Let us consecrate communion. and let us do it as a community. And we will do so by singing together. Ken and I will sing the verses. Please join us in the chorus that appears in your program. And if you want to join us on the verses, we won't object. I am the bread of life, broken for all. Eat and be hungry no more. Let us be bread blessed by our God, broken and shared, life for the world. Let us be wine, love freely poured. Let us be one in our God.
And I am the wine of love, poured out for all. Drink and be thirsty no more.
Let us be bread blessed by our God, broken and shared, life for the world. Let us be wine, love freely poured. Let us be one in our God. See how my people have nothing to eat. Give them the bread that is you.
Let us be bread blessed by our God,
one symbol
broken
of
and
love
shared,
given to us in this
let us be
one
wine, love freely poured.
Oh, let us be one in our God.
And at MCC of Northern Virginia, like MCCs all over the world, we celebrate an open communion. This means that you don't need to be a member of this church or any church, nor do you need to have any specific belief about what happens at this table. You have a place at the table as a child of God. Let's say it again. You have a place at the table as a child of God. To all who wish to receive, have communion.
As is the way with MCCs, if you wish to receive a brief individual prayer and blessing, you may come forward as directed by our usher, and there will be 2 unmasked communion ministers on this side and one on that side, masked. Please proceed to the usher if you have a preference, and proceed as you are comfortable for a brief prayer and blessing. And do please refrain from conversation amongst yourselves, as others will be in prayer and meditation. Please come forward as our pianist Jorge plays softly. Come forward, if you wish, as you are. I heard somebody say that there may be those that don't have faith here. I don't believe it. Maybe you have doubts about the existence of God or a higher power. But I can tell you this, I believe we all have faith in this community. We stand up for each other here. And that is a blessing. You are all truly blessed. Amen. I think we should sing now. Let's sing number 556 in your hymnal, God who stretched the spangled heavens. I want to thank you for being here today. I want to thank you for making me feel welcome today. We have a great day ahead of us. We have a great week ahead of us. And the amazing thing is, everybody in this room has the chance to stand up for not only themselves, but from someone else who needs it. It's time to stand up and go. Amen.